You must not tell Papa what I am about to tell you. My husband is dead, along with 2 others. Michael always had that gun within reach. Part of his American cowboy fantasy.
Your name is Anyanwu Opara.
Anya, it's Nigerian. Michael didn't expect it to be taken away from him that night, and they didn't expect me to fight back so hard. But the police think I am to blame. I had already told them. The one with the gun didn't see the glass in my hand until he felt it break across his neck. He dropped the gun, and I fell on my knees to reach it. And I am alive. There is glass still in the bone of my leg. The police did tests. Tests, they say, tell them I lied. Tests, they say, show what they now believe, that I was the only one who fired Michael's gun that night.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Sit up, please.
Oh, sorry.
Excuse me, ma'am. Please come with me.
Can I see your passport, please, ma'am? Can I have you step back to that line, please? Okay, I want you to look straight into the camera.
Ma'am, can I see your passport, please?
I already showed my passport and my visa.
Can I see it, please? Can I see your bag, please? Thank you.
I have nightmares each night, and then I wake up inside this cell. Another nightmare. There is no safe place, but that is nothing new. My roommate hasn't spoken to me. Maybe she's a racist or a fat, dumb mute. If her bed breaks and crushes me in my sleep, you can have back the beads I stole from you when I left. Their magic didn't work. I wish I could see your face again. Are you beautiful and rich now? I hope so. Please, don't let Papa know of my trouble. He was right.
Okay, you're all set.
Thanks. Hi.
Name?
Chioma Opara.
Oprah?
Opara. O-P.
Like Oprah on TV?
No. See? Opara.
You pay by the week?
That's right.
Okay. Fill in here, $450.
Your website said 400 per week.
Website pa ko niya. The computer page is old, 450 now.
Gee. Oh my God. Oh my God. Gee. I didn't know it was you. Look at you. You look like a beautiful butterfly.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Well, I always said I'll grow up to be just like you. Nigerian consulate arranged this. They petitioned for me to deliver widows' rights on religious grounds. Or else you and I will be speaking across class.
Oh no. You are not shaving my hair.
Mama would want me to.
Gee, I won't.
Relax, I'm kidding. Don't concern them concerning my religion, I beg you. Just play along. Ngwangwabia. Do. Aye. Don't. I picked those from a bush outside. For effect. I showed your MySpace page to Papa when he came to see me in Lagos.
What did he say?
He doesn't understand the music. Feels you should still be singing in the choir back in Oko.
What do you think?
I think your rhymes are tight. I tell everybody that has ears that you are going to be one crazy diva.
They're not gonna let me out, Chi. The judge said I'm a flight risk. She thinks I'm gonna run home to Nigeria.
I wish you never left.
What was there for me? To go to work in a bank like you, counting other people's money. That is not the gateway to heaven.
How did this happen? Tell me.
Michael was drunk that night. He thought he could get some money off them at poker while he pretended to love their demo. They drank for hours. Suddenly, the skinny one is pissed. A card got turned wrong, or didn't. I don't know. I look and see Michael showing them the gun in his belt, like some middle-aged gangster. They shot him. And then...
Opara, 5 minutes.
Chi. Chi, come here.
I'm right here.
She wants me to say I did something I didn't do.
What? Who does?
My lawyer. She wants it back in. She wants me to plead to manslaughter and say I had the gun. That the guys threatened us. And I was afraid for our lives. And then in all this, I shot my own husband.
But that's not what happened. You told them what happened?
Yes.
Then that's exactly what you tell the jury.
They have tests. They say no one else fired the gun but me.
Their tests are wrong. Your lawyer will prove it. This is America.
I'm sorry. I took your beats.
My beats. That's nothing.
It's not nothing. I was jealous Mama gave them to you.
Anya,
Look, go get them before Michael's family throws them out. They can have everything else, not those. Tell me you will.
okay. I will, but I will do more than that. You will not go to prison for your husband's impetuousness. Do you believe me? In what Rifemko?
Opara.
Your boy Turner should find a good gal to keep his drawers starched. If he's gonna get caught with his pants down like that again.
Like you never had a case cartwheel on you when you were his age.
Not like that. Hell.
Mrs. Barron,
Yes.
I'm Anyanwu's sister, Chioma.
Who?
Anyanwu Michino. She's your client.
Oh, yes. I want you to know that I am deeply sorry about your sister's situation.
She tells me you want her to plead guilty.
It isn't exactly true. I never told her to plead to all of the charges leveled against her.
But you want her to admit to something. Something that could keep her in prison for years.
What did you say your name was again?
Chioma.
Chioma.
Hey! Hey! Look at me! This is like freedom to you? Don't take the deal, Raymond. We got this one. It's a lock. 20 fucking years, man. You said we'd win this.
And you said she was alive when you left the park ray gun. 20 years is light.
What? You're my goddamn lawyer!
Not anymore.
Come by my office tomorrow.
Mr. Turner! Mr. Turner!
Hello?
Can't hit you. Mama not got my joke, then they just like me. Yeah, gonna see. Oh, yeah, but I'm see. Awesome. FIFA. Of course,
I'm with the police. Wait.
What I can tell you, Chioma, I can tell you your sister's been charged with a very serious crime. A second-degree murder conviction carries a penalty of 15 years to life.
You have misspelled her name. It's Anyang with an A.
I have been trying capital murder cases most of my career, Miss O'Bara, and I've won more than I've lost. An American jury trial? It's like the ultimate reality TV show. Every time I leave the decision up to those 12 people, in a case like this, I risk my client's life.
When you say a case like this, you mean one involving an African immigrant and a rich white man?
That's an element here, yes.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Do you believe my sister killed her husband when she told you what happened and you were looking into her eyes? Did you believe she was telling you the truth?
It doesn't matter what I believe.
Hey. Thanks.
Excuse me. You're a lawyer?
That's recently open to debate.
Because you lost?
Look, if you are another reporter, show some professional courtesy and schedule an interview over a cup of coffee instead of this ambush. Your short dress, your fake accent, your inane question designed to grab a one-line reaction, which you've just gotten.
This skirt is not that short. The accent I'm working on, and if by inane you mean direct, then I'm sorry. But I'm desperate to see that what happened to your client yesterday does not happen to my sister.
How did you know about my case?
I was at the courthouse yesterday to see Miss Barrow.
Jalen. Turner.
Chioma O'Bara. Look, I'm not a reporter, but I do have questions. I'll buy the coffee.
Let's make it a real drink. She's right, you know. Your sister should take the deal.
You didn't take the deal.
Yeah, but you saw how it ended. My firm isn't waiting to see how the next one ends.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know. Go back to South Carolina and serve fried catfish and barbecue at my mom's restaurant.
What about starting your own firm?
Yeah, I can see that on one of the billboards. Have you been injured by a drunk celebrity? Call 1555, get paid.
At least that's knowing your market.
Yeah, well, my mom's restaurant doesn't sound too bad, does it?
Why didn't you want to play bargain?
I believe the kid. I was wrong too, but I did. I didn't get into law to haggle with innocent lives.
So, will you meet with my sister?
What?
She wants a new lawyer. Your system allows that, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
but look, I just lost a high-profile murder trial. What your sister needs is a Terry Meacham, a Bob Levitt, guys who live and breathe and win these type of cases.
I don't know those people.
You don't know me either.
I know enough. Look, she needs someone who will see the person, not the odds. Please. At least meet with her, hear her out, then you make up your mind. This is my tab.
Chioma, I'm sorry about your sister, okay? Pat's a solid lawyer. I can't. I'm sorry.
Everybody's sorry.
I don't know, Mom. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, you know, I moved into this house and... No, I'm not seeing anyone. 6 months ago. Amy? Yeah, she was cool. I liked her too, Mom. My work? That's right. Well, now that I'm unemployed, I guess I have plenty of time to find a nice Southern girl who's hot for unemployed guys.
Miss Opara, I'm Carrie Song with KNOW News. I'd like to ask you about the charges that have been brought against your sister.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Listen, can we talk about this tomorrow?
Do you believe, as some claim, that Anya's failed career
Of course I will.
and lifestyle led her to
All right, I love you.
measures to maintain that lifestyle?
What?
Did she tell you that Michael Machino had threatened divorce? Is that true?
I don't know.
The police are calling this a crime of opportunity. Miss Opara, did your sister murder her husband? Miss Opara! Obviously a stressful time for the sister of Anya Machino, but with the trial beginning in less than 2 weeks, the public's desire and right to know the truth won't go unanswered for long. Carrie Song reporting.
Okay, people, the rec room is now closed.
Oh, goddamn, Ma. Things will get better.
You're Nigerian?
Yes. Well, my mom is. I was born here. I'm Libby.
Anya.
But you don't look like a killer.
What does a killer look like?
They hairy. They got deep voices and snakes between their legs.
There are killers in here too.
Some, yes. Most of them just women who killed.
I don't see the difference.
You the difference. Unless I'm wrong.
Mama. Unu bịara n'ọkụ nye mkpakọ n'aka, eh?
Anyị na-egwusasị gị.
Ya gịnị? Ị na-egwu egwu. Mba, Chioma. Owu otu a ka esi eme ya, eh? Owu otu a, ilugo, just wade anya, eh? Iji ịbọ ya n'akụkụ n'akụkụ. Ịbọ ịhụ, mụrọpụtara, eh? Ịmazi aka otu a ka esi eme ya. Ilugo, so next time, eh? Who's that? Huh? Anyao. Anyao. Oh, you know na gwa Chioma now.
Ahụ m onye ọrụ ugbo.
N'iwu onye ọrụ ugbo. Onye ka iwuzi?
Onye egwu ka m.
Onye egwu ka iwu. Anyao. Akwagbugo gị na onwe nwa ga-agụ egwu. Eh? Anyao. Na onwe nwa ọbụla ga-agụ egwu. Nna ha agwala gị o. Nah, while I go. Huh? Join me anyway.
Hello?
Mrs. Apara, this is Jalen Turner.
How did you know?
I saw you on the news tonight.
Oh. Okay.
I should have at least billed you for the check today.
Excuse me?
You asked for my professional advice. I don't want you to think I was patronizing.
It's okay. I wasn't offended.
Good. Because I would really like to talk to your sister. Okay, Anya, tell me what happened. Exactly as you remembered it, after the moment you just described. After, the skinny one took your husband's gun and put a bullet in his chest. A bullet. He shot only once?
Yes.
You certain?
Yes.
Then after the first shot,
Come on, girl. What you scared of? You know we ain't gonna damage the goody goods. Get your ass up. Please. I said, get your tight ass up off the floor. That's all right. You where you need to be anyway.
When I turned back to Michael, well, there were no final goodbyes.
you call 911?
Yes.
So there was no one else in the house? Just the four of you?
No one.
All right. Just a few more questions. Until I see the police report and talk to the deputy DA, I can't guarantee that my strategy would be any different than Mrs. Baron's, but Chioma, I do believe her.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
In a puzzling turn today, Anya Machino fired her attorney, experienced defender Patricia Barone, and immediately engaged the services of Jalen Turner, who left Miss Barone's firm only yesterday. Mr. Turner may be facing a review by the California Bar Association relating to an alleged breach of attorney.
Jalen Turner's office.
Where is that these days, Mr. Turner? Hal's Bar on Fifth?
Hi, Pat.
This one's gonna bury you, you know.
Didn't you already try that with,
Have you even read the police report?
Well, I was just about to order Johnny Black and dig into it.
I won't give away the ending, but the GSR test definitely kept me awake at night.
You know how reliable a paraffin test is. You beat him how many times?
Double digits. You?
Look, Pat.
No, you listen. I don't know how you got Mrs. Machino to meet with you.
Her sister reached out to me. I never approach clients.
I just wanted to let you know that when you realize this one's out of your wheelhouse, I'll take it back. But put on the coffee, because you've only got one day to decide. After that, I'm grabbing a front row seat to watch DeSico and his lions tear you apart.
Yes? Hello. My sister lives in the house next door. I found this while I was cleaning over there and thought maybe your daughter might have.
Not my daughter.
Carolina, who is it? We already give to the Jolie Pitt Fund every year.
I'm sorry?
That's okay. Thank you, though.
I don't understand, Jolie. No. I'm Anya Anya Michino's sister.
Oh.
Thank you.
Rachel, this is Chioma. Say hello.
Hi.
It's good to meet you, Rachel.
Chioma tells me that she saw you over at Anya and Michael's house the other night on their back patio. Is that true?
Yes.
What were you doing at the Machino house, sweetie? I told you to stay in our own yard while Anya and Michael are away.
I was looking for Grover.
Grover is a frog. She hears in the bushes between the two properties. At least we think it's a frog.
He is a frog.
Rachel, I just wanted to ask, was there anybody else with you at the house that night? Besides Grover? Thank you for telling the truth.
Why is your hat so big?
Well, because I keep all my ideas underneath it.
Cool.
Thank you so much again.
Chioma, I can understand your need to know what happened, to somehow right things. But the things that went on in that house?
What do you mean?
We've told the police everything we heard and saw. And I've let you speak with my daughter. Please don't come back here again.
Well, here's the first. Don DeSico, Esquire, down in Inglewood on this side of the corridor.
You got a nice neighborhood here, Turner. I grew up in the Bronx, hustled the streets around Arthur Ave.
Not in that $1,200 suit, you didn't.
I tried your office first. They seem to be remodeling.
Cut the shit, Don. You know I'm not with Pat Fern anymore.
Yes, well. I know the judge froze her accounts to keep her from wiring hubby's money back to Africa. So, are you really gonna try this thing on your own savings? Out of your living room?
My client isn't interested in a deal.
Then she and the state of California have something in common. No, I'm just here with a friendly update before the full discovery.
Oh, I read the police report. I know about the paraffin test. See, your guys forgot to bag the victim with 2 hands.
My guys?
Then forensics shows up after he's been lying on the slab for 8 hours? They want to test him for gunshot res? I'll beat it, Don. Whoop it like a red-headed stepchild.
Of course, there's the failed career, the 3 a.m. arguments, the woman. You don't know about her. I'm actually taking her deposition in exactly 45 minutes.
Okay, so what is she saying? That he promised to leave his wife and fly to the moon?
We think so, minus the rocket. I'll know in an hour. Oh, I did get another call today that might interest you.
1 second. Hey. Is everything all right? Is my sister okay?
I'm sure she's okay, but everything's not all right.
What's wrong?
Chioma, you're a concerned citizen from another country. You can't launch a personal investigation into the lives of your sister's neighbors.
You mean Shana? She invited me in.
She also told the police yesterday that you've been playing detective.
I am not playing with my sister's life. I told you there was someone else in Anya's house the night I was there. And I know for certain now it wasn't that little girl.
Even if that was true, even if it ended up meaning something, how admissible do you think evidence obtained by the accused sister's gonna be? You may think you're helping. You're not.
So tell me, how do you suggest I spend the rest of my days?
Have you been to the Getty?
No. But I will remember to add that to my list of worries. Right after I find Morgan Freeman's Hollywood star, and maybe have my picture taken with Batman.
Chioma, if this wasn't important, I would have just called. You can't get involved in this, please. My case depends on it.
I was on my way out. I'm meeting a friend for dinner.
Okay.
He goes to university here.
Good night.
Miss Opla, you have payment for next week? Office is closed tomorrow.
I still have traveler's checks. Will you take them this time?
No checks, sorry.
Look. These are actual money from a bank.
You get easy cash for them then.
Okay.
Next.
Come on, let's go. Get out.
Ma'am, I'm not saying it didn't happen like that, but after what you've been through, it's easy to get things mixed up. We got two different stories here.
Look, I am not confused. This boy is not confused. Difference is he's lying and I'm not.
Then you say I lie. You dress like that, walk streets around here, people think you know nothing.
You think the streets are tough? Come to Lagos. Warrior.
Hey, Chioma, you okay? Hey. Excuse me, I'm Mrs. Apar's attorney.
Oh, plus big lawyer. I have lawyer too. I live here 16 years.
Do you mind if I speak to my client a moment, or would you rather finish your questions first?
You can have it.
Hey, let me see. Our streets aren't tough enough? How's the ankle?
Cold. Thank you. I do know who else.
Chioma, you did fine. That's the guy, right?
Yes.
You know you can always press charges. Just tell me what you want to do.
I just want to help my sister. It's fine. I can stay somewhere.
No, it's no problem. Really. But you do have to share the spare room with my first teenage love, though.
Your first love?
Yeah. I had that set since I was 13. My mom and I worked one summer to pay for it.
You must have been popular.
As a quarterback, yeah. See, jazz drummers didn't get much play in the 80s. I was a decade too late. Will this work?
Yes, it's fine. Thanks.
And sleep all you want in the morning. I'll keep quiet. You okay?
Anya?
I have the report right here. Yeah, well, I guess, you know.
Excuse me. Good morning.
Hey, come on, just give me a second. I'll see you at 1.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to get some water if it's okay.
Yeah, of course. How's your ankle?
Oh, much better. Thank you. You know, in Nigeria, we say a tree is best measured when it's down.
Well, in America, we just say walking off. I spoke with 3 clerks this morning to try to get a handle on all of this. Somehow, I guess my home office and Mickey D's pay grade didn't impress.
I can help.
I'm sorry about what I said at the hotel room last night. How I said it. Sorry, but not wrong. You can't involve yourself in this investigation. The DA will use it against Anya.
But I can still visit her, right?
Of course.
I got it. I got your beads.
Not mine. Yours. Thank you for doing it. I never ever want to go back to the house again.
There was someone there.
What do you mean?
When I was leaving, I heard someone in the house. I thought it was a little girl from next door, but now I don't think so.
You think it was Jesus? You're not trying to save my soul again.
See? This is why I know it's not yours or Michael's. I found it under a cat in the hallway.
You were snooping?
No. Oh, I stepped on glass. And then I dropped the beads. So I was gathering them up.
You broke my beads?
No. And you just said it was mine. Anya, was there someone else at the house the night it happened?
Maybe one of them was wearing it. There were people there every weekend.
Yes, but you'd have found it before now. Maybe when you moved the cat.
Look, I know everyone that was in my house that night.
We need a witness. Some proof.
I have the truth.
Do we have to give the why? Right. Supposition. Okay, thanks, Karen. Well, tell Pat I've already got her box seats reserved for the trial. So is this what Nigeria wears to dinner? I have to visit your country.
So is this like the place you used to play?
The place I played when they let me. Barely had 4 walls. Things went good between Anya and her husband. The witness I saw today claimed she was having an affair with Michael. But what I don't understand is, she said that your sister knew about the affair and had accepted it. Does that sound like something Anya would let fly?
I don't know. Some men in Nigeria take more than one wife. And I'll have you know that the world is full of happy people who endure things Americans cannot imagine.
Maybe, but the day after tomorrow, the jury box is going to be filled with Americans.
The only revenge Anya ever wanted is the same kind you want. Success.
To revenge then. Our kind.
Don't worry, everything is exactly where it was. The difference is you can actually see it now.
I had a system.
Yeah, a very bad one. Look, I'm a banker, all right? Keeping track of information is what I do best, so don't panic. Just go back to the last thing you were working on.
Yeah, but this one was open.
Oh, yeah. And, hey, I marked it. See? Everything I changed is on here. Just in case you decide to go back to chaos. I have to do something. I have to help somehow.
Thanks. But I do need your help, though. With more than just this. I didn't want to tell you last night. I T-voted this morning.
Any information as to what the contraband was?
Not at this time. It was something she wasn't even aware was prohibited. We still
This
need
morning.
to talk to,
Some reports say they found drugs.
Some reports. Which reports, Carrie? Yours?
No, but there has been word.
Been word? Are you reading TMZ again? Or has this word been uttered by someone with whom you've actually spoken? Otherwise, it's just supposition bordering on slander. They found some pills in her cell. She's been moved to solitary confinement pending a review.
How long have you known about this?
It was late when I got the call. You know, you were already...
Already dressed? What, you didn't want to ruin the evening with bothersome news about my sister? What were you afraid
There
of?
was nothing that could be done until this morning.
I could have worried. For God's sake, you're her lawyer. Our lawyer. How could you keep something like this away from me?
Anya is keeping things away from the both of us. They all fucking lied to you.
When did Anya ever lie to you? How you even sure those pills were hers?
I don't know. Did she take any prescription meds? There was nothing on her intake form.
I don't know. I'll remember to ask her when I see her.
They won't let you in. What? Visitation doesn't extend to solitary, except for attorneys. I'm headed there now. My client, Anya Machino, killed 2 men. 2 men who shot her husband right in front of her eyes before threatening her with the same fate. Think about that. Mrs. Machino found the courage to defend herself and her husband, to save her own life, and now sits here accused of plotting to get money that she already had from a man that she's always loved? Why? Maybe because Mrs. Machino was treated as a suspect and not the victim that she actually is from the first day that she walked into the police station. So again, I ask you, why? See, the argument you're going to hear from Mr. DeSico rests primarily on one thing: an antiquated test dated back to Kennedy's assassination or even earlier. Instead of trying to prove that my client, Anya Machino, had the willful intent to harm her own husband along with 2 total strangers, their claim, they want to make you believe that the 3 dead men did not fire that same weapon. Because that's the best that they've got. But as we say in the South, that dog just won't hunt. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Turner. I'm going to suggest that we adjourn for the day and begin hearing evidence in the morning.
All rise.
Stewart here thinks I may have underestimated you.
Oh, well, thanks, Stu. I'm sure it's your boss who overestimated his case.
Maybe. Join us at Hal's for a steak?
Said the spider to the opposing counsel.
Okay. This should be a good one.
That dog won't hunt? Sounds like an old Igbo saying.
Yeah?
I believed you in there.
Well, I'll be happy to hear that if you were the 52-year-old postal worker in Jury Seat 9.
How's my sister doing?
She wouldn't talk about what they found in her cell. She thinks someone's always listening.
Jaylene, how is she?
She's doing okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. About yesterday, I know I should have told you.
Yes. You should have.
Miss Opara, if we could have a quick chat, just 5 minutes. There may be something you can do to help your sister.
She does not want a deal.
I know, but her attorney is more loyal than he is smart. That's why I'm telling you this. Mr. Turner would never hear me out.
And why would he? You are afraid you will lose. You saw him in there. He is good. He believes, and he will make the jury believe.
Think of it as insurance. She pays a little now to keep the worst from happening. And the worst can happen. It's my job to see that it does. Look, I don't want Anya to spend her life in prison at the expense of the American taxpayer. Talk to her.
I will not help you save your case, Mr. DeSico.
I've been inspired by your sister's latest problems. I'm getting a warrant to search her house again. If they find so much as a single pill without a prescription wrapped around its bottle, any chance of a deal is off. If nothing else, tell her that.
Hey, is Grover in his house today?
No. He only talks in the evening.
That's good.
Where's your hat?
Guess I'm running out of ideas. But maybe you can help me, Rachel. Have you seen anybody else over here since Anya and Michael left? Are you sure, sweetie?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You should run on home. But don't bother telling your mother about this.
Is that Carolina's necklace? That's hers.
Yes. Sure, she let me borrow it.
Yeah, she's nice.
She run along.
Stay right there, lady! Is there anyone else in the house?
You okay?
They say America is the gateway to heaven. How many ever get to see the other side?
They say you flushed the evidence down a drain. They just want you to say it was drugs. They just want you to stew for one night so they can ask you about the drugs again.
Then let me stew. They will burn their tongues asking questions without answers. Talk to Carolina.
What?
She works for Anya's neighbor. It was her pendant I found. The jailer has it.
Are you sure about this?
I had no time to be sure.
Okay, I will.
Jaylin. Did we do the right thing choosing you?
You did.
En el firmamento hoy brilla una estrella que no veía ayer. Parece ser nueva, me trae paz, me trae amor, me trae un sentimiento que me acerca a ella. Debe ser tú.
I'm sorry? If you work in a bank, you must know some Yoruba.
Yes, I do.
I know your sister. I'd say we were friends, if friends can be made in a place like this. I'm Libby.
Chioma.
I know.
You're Nigerian?
My mom is. You should really eat. They watch the ones who don't eat. It's not good to be weak in here.
So, how long have you been in here?
This time, 2 months. I got 16 to go. Drugs.
Can I talk to you?
No, don't do that. Everyone already knows who you are. They see something looks like a secret being told. They want to know.
What was she doing with the pills in here?
Just Z's, sleeping pills. I got them from a CEO's wife who's a nurse.
You gave them to her?
She needed a night or two of peace. I didn't know they were gonna shake down the block.
I can subpoena her, you know. And you. Put you both on the stand.
Mr. Turner, we both know the issue here.
She's illegal.
She comes here on the bus. I pay her cash, no questions. She's my friend, and I want it to stay that way.
Anya Machino isn't your friend?
We've always been neighborly.
Then you be a good neighbor and help me keep an innocent woman out of jail for the rest of her life.
How do you know she's innocent?
Look, I'm not INS. I just need to talk to the girl.
If you truly believe someone was guilty, in your gut.
I don't.
If you did, you felt it to your core, and yet still you had to defend that person. What would you tell yourself to get through it to do your job?
It doesn't work that way.
Of course it does. You've seen guilty men go free.
Even the devil was an angel once. Some part inside of everyone must still be good. That's the part I speak for. That's how I do my job. I think Carolina would understand that.
Domino, again. I thought you were good with numbers.
I'm not in the mood for games.
Come on, one more.
Say what you want to say.
One more. Anya didn't tell you everything.
What do you mean?
Everyone in Nigeria knows what's happening to her, don't they?
Many do, yes.
Your father sees his daughters on TV, a world away from the life he knows.
He hasn't said so, but I'm afraid he does.
She thinks I'll protect her secret, but this is not Africa. It will help if the jury knows. What is the one thing Anya would not want your father to find out? Even if it meant risking her freedom.
Hold on, Chioma. Can you explain this to me? Because I mean, I don't understand it. Why wouldn't she tell the police she was raped?
A culture of shame.
What does that mean?
Ndị polisi na-achọ nwa n'obodo. Ha na-achọ nwaanyị ọma n'obodo. Ha na-achọ nwaanyị ọma n'obodo. Kidibe nwa n'obodo. Chioma, ana m aga America. Papa ma nkwe gị. Mma ajụ di ya. Mama ga-ekwekwe gị. Chọrọ ịgba ọsọ. Biko dobe m isi ka m kee ya isi. Mgbe m ma abata n'ime ọmalịcha ụgbọala, kpọlụ mama, kpọlụ papa, kpọlụkwa gị nwa, kpọjụ unu n'obodo mepere emepe n'ime ọmalịcha unu. Mgbe ahụ, akwa anyị na-ede ihe akwụsị ya. Achọghị m ibi n'ime obodo. Ndị polisi na-achọ nwa. Ndị polisi na-achọ nwa. Ndị polisi na-achọ nwa n'obodo ewu. Ha na-achọ nwaanyị ọma n'obodo. Ha na-achọ nwaanyị ọma. Los Okenga, get back!
I found my father on the road calling out for us. He sent me to the goat shed to hide out with Mama, then ran off to help my sister. When I reached the shed, there was a man already there. I watched from outside. I couldn't do anything to help her. I was too afraid to move. The man ran off when Papa returned with Anya. The next day, we took a bus south. Just 3 of us.
They killed her?
No. But to my father, she was damaged goods. He returned her to her family.
Returned her? Why?
Stigma. Once a woman is raped, no man will ever touch her again.
Hola. Ah. Hola, senor. Does Carolina Vasquez live here?
Thank you. It was my grandmother's.
I spoke with Mrs. Feingold. One of your children was born here. No one's gonna send you away for doing the right thing.
How do you know? I've heard of it. I just want to live quiet, like, you know, give my kids a chance.
Okay. Sitting here right now. There's no judge, no jury. Will you tell us what you saw?
I was waiting for the bus when Mr. and Mrs. Michino came home that night. They were with the 2 men. Mr. Michino asked me if I wanted to serve drinks for their game of cards. He was gonna pay me $100.
Damn, Mike. Got some fine-ass things around here. That's what all them gold records get you, huh? Hey, girl. I'll have, what you drinking tonight?
She's not. Just tell her what you want to drink.
Okay, okay. Remy rocks, señorita.
How long were you there?
Hours. They played cards.
Baby.
I made more drinks.
Freshen her up, Carolina.
Every time I went in, the little guy would stare hard. So I tried to be quick. There was something in her eyes, you know? I can't say. There was drugs sometimes, but not that night. Mrs. Machino did the news. She hated it when Mr. Machino did. She was like, just somewhere else. Then I called Inez and she said my babies couldn't sleep because of police lights next door. I wanted to be home. I called a cab, and when I went to tell Mr. Machino, there was this noise.
Like a gunshot?
It was like a scream, but shorter.
Where was Mr. Machino?
I never saw him. Maybe he was already dead. I was scared. Leave.
And you didn't hear a gunshot before you looked into the room? Okay. Let's go.
I didn't like the food in solitary.
Anya, you lied to us. Do you have any idea what I've been through to help you? And you won't even help yourself. This is not Nigeria, Anya. You don't have to hide the truth here.
What do you know, Chi? What has ever happened to you that needed hiding? I protected you.
You left us. I was only a child. But after 8 years of taking care of Papa...
And who is he going to shun now? Not you. Never you.
What does it matter? He's 8,000 miles away.
Not to me, he isn't. I hear him every night.
Maybe. But tomorrow, someone will speak the truth for you. Since your tongue can't seem to find its way.
So, Ms. Vasquez, what you witnessed that night and what you just explained to this courtroom, would you call it rape?
Objection. Opinion.
Your Honor, this is a matter of science. Mrs. Vasquez is simply being asked to frame what she saw.
No, Mr. Turner. You're asking her to hang the frame you've constructed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll rephrase. What were you saying was being done to Mrs. Machino during the moment?
Objection. Being done? Leading.
What was happening to her, Caroline? You may answer the question.
What was happening to her? She was being raped!
Thank you. That's all, Your Honor.
Your witness, Mr. DeSico.
Ms. Vasquez, are you a U.S. citizen?
No, sir.
Not here on vacation, I guess. How long had you worked for the Machinos prior to the night of July 22nd?
I only work to party sometimes. Maybe like for 1.5 years.
Only the parties? And what were these parties
Objection. Vague of limited purpose?
Sustained.
Were illegal drugs being used at these parties?
Sometimes.
What kinds of drugs?
I don't know. Coke.
Did you ever see Mrs. Machino use cocaine?
No, never.
But you did serve her vodka drinks on more than one occasion.
Yes, sir.
About how many that night?
About like 5 or 6.
5 or 6. I doubt this jury is surprised to learn that alcohol and drugs were present at the house of a successful music producer. But I would like for them to be surprised by something else, Ms. Vasquez. Did you ever see Mrs. Machino with another man prior to July 22nd?
Objection, Your Honor. Mrs. Machino is with a man. At this time, she was with another man when the bailiff led her into this courtroom.
Yes, Mr. Turner. Sustained. You need to clarify.
Of course. Do you recall ever seeing Mrs. Machino kissing a man other than her husband?
Yes.
When was this?
Which time?
Which time? So, this happened more than once that you saw.
See, but Mr. Machino was there.
Ms. Vasquez, did Mr. Machino enjoy seeing his wife with other men?
Objection, Your Honor. Don, are you really asking my client if she can see to the hearts and minds of other people?
Mr. Turner.
That is Bush League cross-examination.
Mr. Turner, you will address this court and opposing counsel in the proper manner, regardless of your opinions on strategy.
It's okay, Your Honor. I'll rephrase if I may.
Mr. Turner, have I been clear?
I understand.
You may rephrase, Mr. DeSico.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Vasquez, you saw over the period you worked these parties, Mrs. Machino being physically intimate, kissing, for example, with other men while in the same room as her husband.
Yes.
Did Mr. Machino ever seem angered by these physical advances?
I don't think so.
Did he ever kiss his wife after she kissed another man?
Once.
Is it possible, Ms. Vasquez, that what you saw on July 22nd was the same thing you'd seen other nights before? Mrs. Machino having a consensual sexual experience with other men while her husband watched?
I don't think so. It was different.
How was it different?
I don't know. It just was.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Tell the court again how many shots you heard that night.
2.
2 shots. And you heard both those shots after seeing Mrs. Machino on the couch with the victims.
Yes.
Gracias, Ms. Vasquez. No further questions, Your Honor.
How do I tell the world this?
Only 12 people needs to understand. Let the rest think what they will.
And Papa?
Anya, when you left home, I was angry. Not because you had taken my beads, but because you hadn't taken me with you. I told Papa that I hoped when you made it into America, you would meet a man like him. One that would make you cook and clean so much you'd be too tired to sing. I thought if your dreams didn't come true, maybe you'll come home to us. Do you know what Papa did? He laughed so hard for the first time since the raid. And when he finally found his breath, he shook his head at me and said, Chioma, do you know your sister at all? That's when he told me about finding you in the schoolhouse On the day of the raid, how the man with the machete stood like a stone while you sang a hymn, defying him to assault you as your God listened. You didn't stop singing, even after Papa slit his throat. Anya, stand and face your fear tomorrow. Just like you did for me on that day.
The story you've heard these past days is not a new one. If anything, the accused is an archetype of Hollywood desperation. An aspiring pop singer finds fame hollow, success fleeting, and the hope that fueled her dreams all these years divorced from the reality that has come to be her life. And had Anya Machino not possessed the two things that brought her into this courtroom, will and opportunity, had these two things not entered her mind and her home on the night of July 22nd, we might not be here today. But they did. Will and opportunity. Anya Machino had the will to be free of her failed aspirations, her loneliness, but not without the comforts she had come to expect. So she saw an opportunity, a chance to have her freedom while maintaining the lifestyle her husband had worked so hard to provide. If she could blame his murder on two strangers who could never tell their tales, two dead men, she would return to Nigeria and live like a queen on the riches of the man who'd actually earned them, Michael Machino. 4 shots were fired that night. 3 hit their marks, 2 were heard, 1 finger pulled the trigger.
Mrs. Machino, you were given every opportunity to fulfill your dreams. This is America, after all. But with opportunity comes responsibility. You all know this. So please, fulfill your responsibility to this court, to justice, and most of all, to the 3 men who cannot defend themselves here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. DeSico. Mr. Turner, you'll be allowed the final statement before the jury retires to consider the evidence presented before this court.
I have a request of the court before we begin, Your Honor. I would like to give some of my time allotted for my closing statement over to Mrs. Machino.
Your Honor, we were not made aware that the defendant would be taking the stand.
She won't be. My client simply wishes to offer her accounts of the events in full and without distraction.
A rehearsed performance seems to be what Mr. Turner is asking for.
This was only decided last night.
An impromptu performance, then. Either way, it flouts the veracity of testimonial procedure.
Counsel, let's discuss this up here. Mr. Turner, do you find the due process of my court to be a distraction?
Look, all I ask is that my client be allowed to tell her story without it being edited by the prosecution. She isn't required to take the witness stand for questioning.
Mr. DeSico, had you known about this before, what would you have done differently?
I would have asked the court, Your Honor, that the accused's statement be made in advance with time for me to prepare comment, as I assume Mr. Turner has already done.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to allow Mrs. Machino to make a statement that will serve as your entire closing argument, Mr. Turner. You will not be able to respond.
Your Honor, this is...
Or you may continue with your own closing, but without your client's personal testimony.
My name is Anya Machino. Back home, I am known as Anyanwu Opara. I am both women. I understand that you're not here to decide who I am, but what I did. So I am going to tell you. This man says I would have returned to my country and lived like a queen. In Nigeria, there are no queens, only kings. A woman does not take a husband. She's given to him by her family and herself. He becomes the center of her world, her provider, her protector, even ruler. I brought this belief to my marriage here. Michael always told me that when my fans desired me as much as he did, then I would have made it. He thought it was this one thing, desire, that made an artist into a star. I believed him. He knew I did. He had given me that fate. But as soon as we got married, he started to take it back, creating doubt. My music, my voice, not quite good enough. As his desire faded, it seemed so would the world's.
Another Johnny for me. Baby. Freshen it up, Carolina.
As the hands were dealt, Michael was getting more and more drunk. He didn't say much after a while, which usually meant he was losing.
What?
It's okay, baby.
You ain't taking this personally now, Mike. You still gonna play our tracks for street-level records?
Deal the fucking cards.
I wasn't afraid at first. Just a silly game, I thought.
All in.
Shame you can't win more than that little stack.
Everything on the table. Against your whole stack.
Her too? Shit. You fucking with me, right?
Michael didn't have a winning hand. He was drunk.
Call.
His pride was wounded. He knew he would lose.
Yeah!
I played along like a good wife. Until... it became something else. No, I mean, look. Hey, hey guys. Mike!
How will I get me in
Mike!
this case right now?
No! Please don't do this. Please. Michael! Michael! Do something! No, please. Please don't. Please. Michael, please do something! Michael! Oh my God, no! Get off me! Get off my Michael! When I was a child, in Nigeria, I told myself that if a man wanted to have me, I would let him take my body. I will send my mind away. It almost happened once before. But my father killed the man before he could touch me. Husbands are not fathers. Mine was not even a man.
Hold her down.
I didn't want him to die. I may have hated Michael that night, but I didn't want him to die. I wish he was sitting right there, this moment. Unable to look at you all. That is everything that happened.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defense rests.
All rise.
You may be seated. I understand the jury has not reached a decision.
Yes, Your Honor. We have a question about the verdict itself.
Go ahead.
Are we allowed to find the defendant guilty, but of a lesser crime? And if so, how much lesser?
It was
far from the verdict Deputy Prosecutor Don DeSico was hoping for, but Anya Machino has been found guilty on one count: voluntary manslaughter committed under extreme physical and emotional duress, a crime of passion. The jury decided she used lethal force to prevent her husband from sexually assaulting her. The other 2 killings were determined to be self-defense. The judge sentenced Miss Machino to 210 days in the Linwood County Jail, with 180 days of that time already served. For KNOW News, I'm Carrie Song.
Yeah, you heard right, Mom. I'm coming home. Just for a little while. No, don't call her. I'm bringing someone with me. Is she from the South? Sort of. Further south. All right, I love you too.
Mama's boy. Why didn't you accept Patricia Baron's offer?
Pat wanted me back for the same reason she let me go. Public opinion. There were other offers, I don't know. Truth is, you and your sister want her freedom, not me.
Here, hold this.
That is the first time you've ever caught up with me.
Oh, the first time you ever let me.
You always thought I was tough, but I was preparing you.
Oh, yeah? And what for?
For a world without your big sis. You gave me my life back, Shane. Thank you. I have something for you. Right? Right?
No!
Yeah!
Catch me if you can!